You've been in this business how long?
1981, 32 years.
So, in your professional opinion, as someone involved in a portion of the road maintenance, did this just start happening a couple of years ago?
No. This has been a continuing. The problem with police priorities, that's been a constant problem going back to when we first moved from our old location in the county into here in 1991. So that's what, 22 years ago. 1991 is when we moved into this location in the city. Even back then, when we wanted to move our business into the city, generate all those revenues for the city, one of the things we tried to do was to acquire the lot next to us, which was owned by the city. 10 years, could not get them to sell that property. These kids were breaking into this place on a regular basis. The neighborhood, all the neighboring businesses, we were all calling and complaining, trying to get a patrol car just to make a couple of passes through the area, in the evening. We were all told no. Finally, one day, because we were a 24/7 operation and we had people coming in and going, street sweepers going out in the middle of the night and so on. And we would always, when we were being broke in, a sweeper operator or someone would always call up. I mean, we always witnessed it, so we would call and report it, burglary in process, and the TPD would not respond. And so finally, the fourth time this happened, the driver called me at home, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm only 8-10 minutes away. So I got on my cell phone and got in my truck and just started driving down, and I just called TPD, called 911 and said, I know you've already been reported about this burglary in progress at my office, 1500 East 17th Street. I just want you to know I've got my 9mm with me and I'm going down to defend my property, and I hope you get there before I do. And lo and behold, for the very first time, there was 6 cop cars outside by the time I pulled up 5 minutes later, and they had all the guys arrested. But it took me alerting them that I was going to defend my property to get them to respond.
So is there any other, as a business person and a resident of the city, are there any other issues that are particularly frustrating to you? We talked about the dangerously low level of police staffing, talked about the roads.
Well, those are probably the two biggest. I mean, the essential services that the city is here to do is police, fire, roads, and parks. Those are exactly its purpose. In my experience, the problems with the police, the lack of police, on a personal level, in my neighborhood, and watching what happens, a lot of my employees, they don't live in the best neighborhoods, and their neighborhoods are just overrun by the gangs and drug cartels, and violence is just out of control. And instead of having cops patrolling their neighborhood and actually making a presence, they're out cruising the arterials looking for tickets.